This is a photograph of a famous building that serves as a symbol of a city. However, the 14th floor of this place is never opened. Why is that? In that building, whenever light from the upper floors shines downward, the entire place appears to be split in half, creating a gloomy and mysterious atmosphere. China is well known for having many impressive architectural structures. However, some locations are also associated with eerie and mysterious stories. The two locations we mention in today's video are no exception. In particular, the accounts of people who have experienced frightening events at these places make many believe that ghosts exist there. Every time locals are asked about these places, they avoid the topic and refuse to talk about them. In the end, what really happened on the 14th floor? What are the stories told by those who have visited these two locations? Don't take your eyes off the screen, because we are about to reveal some special information. But first, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the most exciting videos. The first location we want to discuss is the Tianjin Daily Building, which was constructed in May 1995. It is an iconic architectural structure of Tianjin, China. The Tianjin Daily Building faces 3 roads. It has 34 above-ground floors, reaching approximately 99 meters in height, and 3 basement levels. The total height is 128 meters, with a total construction area of 40,000 square meters. The Tianjin Daily Building has a unique vertical design that fully reflects modern architectural style. Notably, the building is equipped with modern facilities, communication systems, and satellite antenna systems. Additionally, it houses restaurants, press conference rooms, guest accommodations, parking lots, and various internal facilities known only to insiders. The 3rd basement level not only serves as a parking lot but, according to some sources, also contains a water storage system to support fire prevention efforts. Besides the offices of the Tianjin Daily newspaper, this building also accommodates the offices of several major companies. From the outside, it looks magnificent, but only the 14th floor is always sealed shut. At night, the floors of the Tianjin Daily Building are all illuminated, except for the 14th floor, which remains shrouded in darkness. For the Chinese, the number 14 is considered unlucky because its pronunciation in Chinese resembles words associated with death and misfortune. Therefore, in China, people avoid buying homes on the 14th floor, and companies refrain from renting offices on this floor. Some elevators even skip the number 14, replacing it with 13B or 13+. So, what happened on the 14th floor of the Tianjin Daily Building? Many mysterious and chilling stories are linked to the Tianjin Daily Building. In the first few years after its construction, nothing unusual happened, but after a while, a series of inexplicable ghost stories began to emerge. Rumors spread that at night, people inside the building could hear crying sounds, and that the elevator frequently stopped at a particular floor, even when no one was there. Some people in the building believed it was haunted, so they invited a feng shui master to assess the situation and perform rituals. However, according to one account, the situation inside did not improve, as strange occurrences continued to happen afterward. One morning, a female janitor arrived early on the 14th floor and discovered cigarette ashes scattered on the floor. However, she remembered that she was the last person to leave the building the night before and had thoroughly cleaned the floor before leaving. So, where did the cigarette ashes come from? Feeling that something was unusual, the janitor went to the security room to check the surveillance footage from the previous night. Strangely, From start to finish, there was no sign of anyone in the area of the 14th floor. Because of this, the janitor assumed that she had remembered incorrectly. However, the strange events did not stop there. A few nights later, according to the janitor's account, while cleaning the 14th floor, after all the employees had left, she once again heard strange noises. These sounds included loud noises, resembling people playing mahjong, and the piercing scream of a woman. This made her feel uneasy and confused. The janitor hurriedly looked around, but after searching the entire 14th floor, she found no one. A few days later, several employees in the building repeatedly reported that the elevator frequently stopped mysteriously at the 14th floor. However, when the elevator doors opened, there was no one there, and they only saw a pitch-dark hallway. Even more strangely, after the elevator maintenance staff conducted an inspection, the elevator was found to be operating normally with no issues. As these eerie events occurred more frequently, employees began to develop an inexplicable fear of the 14th floor, and this tension soon reached its peak. That night, 2 security guards on duty took the elevator down from an upper floor. When they reached the 14th floor, the elevator suddenly stopped. The 2 men felt uneasy, as there should not have been anyone in the building at that hour. When the elevator doors opened, the 2 security guards vaguely saw a figure resembling a woman with disheveled hair standing in the darkness not far away. However, they could not clearly identify who she was. According to the guard's description, the woman stood still with her head bowed, and her hair gently swayed as if there was a breeze, even though all the doors on the 14th floor were shut. Witnessing this eerie scene, the 2 security guards trembled as they frantically pressed the buttons, but the elevator doors would not close. Because of this, they encouraged each other and stepped out of the elevator, running toward the emergency staircase nearby. As soon as they stepped out, the elevator doors suddenly closed and continued moving smoothly to the lower floors. The 2 security guards looked in the direction where they had seen the woman earlier, but there was no trace of anyone. The 2 quickly ran to the emergency staircase to go down to the 13th floor. However, just before reaching the 13th floor, they heard someone calling their names from behind. When they turned around, the 2 security guards saw a shadowy figure resembling a woman standing on the staircase of the 14th floor. Her entire body appeared to be covered in grayish-black mud. Overcome with fear and panic, they quickly ran downstairs. In the following days, several employees reported seeing a mysterious woman on the 14th floor, and some were so terrified that they resigned. In response to the mysterious stories surrounding the building, the management of the Tianjin Daily conducted a thorough and detailed investigation of the 14th floor. It was then that a long-forgotten disappearance from years ago came to light. One afternoon, during the building's construction phase, all the workers went out for lunch, except for one female worker. She had planned to finish her task so she could take the afternoon off to handle personal matters at home. However, the female worker met with an accident and tragically fell from the 15th floor onto the freshly poured concrete floor of the 14th floor. At that time, it was believed that she had desperately called for help, but due to the loud machinery noise at the construction site, no one heard her. Unfortunately, this accident ended in tragedy. 7 years later, a construction team was sent to renovate the 14th floor and discovered traces related to the previous accident. The building's management held a memorial ceremony to pay respects and invited a senior monk to perform traditional rites for the deceased. Just when many thought the matter had been resolved, the strange experiences of the janitor led people to believe that the 14th floor should never be opened again. Since then, the 14th floor of the Tianjin Daily building has been completely sealed off, with all the original glass windows replaced by thick wooden panels. To explain the use of the 14th floor without affecting the building's reputation, the management announced that the area was being repurposed as a darkroom for developing photographs. However, rumors and mysterious stories about this place continue to circulate. According to Feng Shui, the location of the Tianjin Daily Building is not very favorable. Some say it resembles 5 horses fighting each other because there are 5 intersections at its entrance. Others describe it as being like 1,000 arrows piercing through due to the numerous roads surrounding it. Many Chinese people believe that the best feng shui practice is to avoid having a straight road directly facing the entrance, as this is thought to bring misfortune. The pointed roof shape of the building has also been noted by some feng shui experts as a feature that easily attracts wandering spirits. According to folklore, pointed roofs are commonly found in structures such as temples and churches, while residential houses typically do not adopt such designs. Furthermore, the overall shape of the Tianjin Daily Building, with its 3 flagpoles, has been compared to 3 incense sticks. This is considered an inauspicious architectural feature for an ordinary building. The 2 roads adjacent to the Tianjin Daily Building are also said to represent 2 different worlds. Jianshan Road was not expanded like Dagu South Road because it was difficult to start construction on this road, due to the waste buried there from the past steel production campaign. In particular, there are rumors that the area where the Tianjin Daily Building now stands was once a cemetery. When constructing buildings in this area, locals often conducted traditional rituals or invited monks to perform ceremonies for peace and protection. Many people wonder whether such rituals were performed before breaking ground on the Tianjin Daily Building. At present, rumors about supernatural events in the Tianjin Daily Building continue to circulate. Some attribute these occurrences to the building's poor feng shui, while others believe they are connected to the tragedy involving the female worker on the 14th floor. The second mysterious structure we want to mention is house number 81 on Keone Street in Beijing. Although local authorities have spoken out, legends about the haunted house continue to spread. House number 81 is known as one of the most infamous haunted houses. It is a brick house built in the French Baroque architectural style and is considered a historical building in Beijing. This house was constructed in 1910 as a language training center and a resting place for American Catholic missionaries. However, by 1990, it was abandoned and left unoccupied. By the year 2000, as the era of the internet took off, rumors about house number 81 on Keone Street suddenly spread online, leading many to believe that this was one of Beijing's most haunted locations. House number 81 on Keone Street is also dubbed one of the 4 most haunted Eastern houses, with chilling ghost stories that have intrigued and shocked people whenever they are recounted. The legends surrounding the house on Keone Street often revolve around ghostly women and mysterious disappearances. This has made it a popular destination for young Chinese people seeking thrills. Notably, in 2014, a famous Chinese director decided to shoot a horror film titled The House That Never Dies, which was filmed at house number 81. The movie received high praise from audiences. Even more notably, the performance of the main ghost woman, played by Ruby Lin, left viewers shivering, reinforcing the belief that the place was as eerie as the legends described. However, many brave visitors are not afraid to set foot in house number 81. Interestingly, very few of them have actually encountered any paranormal phenomena while exploring the house. So, What are the stories that have spread about house number 81 on Keone Street that make so many people reluctant to visit this place? There are numerous ghostly rumors about house number 81 on Keone Street. Because of this, every Halloween, people become curious and challenge their own bravery by visiting the site to experience it firsthand. From the photos and videos uploaded by reporters and visitors, the exterior of the house is seen to be surrounded by ivy-covered walls, with its windows rotting and broken. Stepping inside the house, the desolate and eerie atmosphere gives an overwhelming sense of mystery, making some people shudder. Among the countless ghostly rumors about the house on Keone Street, 3 stories have been passed down year after year, leaving many people both bewildered and intrigued whenever they hear them. The first story tells of a woman who was said to be the wife of an officer. There are many rumors surrounding her passing in this house, but the exact cause remains unknown. After her death, house number 81 frequently exhibited strange occurrences. Every night during storms or on full moon nights, people nearby would hear sorrowful cries, and sometimes even the sound of glass bottles being thrown and shattering. The second story about house number 81 is more recent, occurring around the year 2001. By then, the house had been abandoned, and the government had initiated renovation efforts. On a summer night in 2001, a few workers at the construction site went down to the basement in search of a restroom when they unexpectedly discovered a hidden area sealed off with bricks. Unable to contain their curiosity, they decided to enter and explore what was inside. However, after that, they were never seen again. Despite other workers reporting the incident to the police and an extensive search being conducted, no trace of them was ever found. The third story linked to house number 81 involves a reporter from CCTV. This person had been working on a special investigative report about the house, but mysteriously disappeared as well. Some people claim that the government had planned to demolish the house years ago due to the widespread ghostly rumors. However, during the demolition process, some workers also inexplicably disappeared, causing the project to be halted for a long time. After the rumors about house number 81 spread, many people seeking to verify the truth approached the Beijing police for clarification. A representative from the police department stated that he had reviewed case files from 2001 and found no records of missing workers related to the rumored incident. Furthermore, the widely circulated story about an explorer who allegedly died in house number 81 in 2007 was also dismissed as baseless rumor. The police affirmed that if such a case had occurred, there would be official records of an investigation. In 2016, house number 81 on Keone Street was officially closed and underwent renovations before being reopened for lease in 2017. However, despite the rental price being significantly lower than other places, no one dared to live there. It was not until June 2017 that the house finally had occupants again after being vacant for a long time. However, for unknown reasons, the family moved out shortly afterward. Nevertheless, many people continue to deny any supernatural phenomena related to the house. A local resident who had lived in the alley since childhood told the New York Times that he had never encountered anything unusual there. To this day, some individuals still recount eerie experiences they had when visiting house number 81. However, the local authorities maintain that the place is completely normal. These are the 2 buildings that have left some people terrified upon visiting, which we wanted to share with you. Do you think there is truly something mysterious about these places? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to follow more fascinating crime stories. Thank you. and see you in our next videos.